and welcome back to RØDECaster User Meetup. You know what? Sometimes I think of why do I want to do this about 2 minutes of pre-show. I need all those 2 minutes because because I have to set a lot of stuff up. And but anyway, welcome. So this is one of the two shows. This is RØDECaster User Meetup by a channel called Learner to Learner. It's a collaborative learning channel where you can all come together if you're interested and if you have knowledge to share or questions to ask about all things RØDECaster. So that include RØDECaster Pro OG, RØDECaster Pro II, and RØDECaster Duo. And if you also want to include RØDECaster video in it also, we have a panelist who's also here all the time. Aaron is going to be joining us briefly. He also have a RØDECaster video, so we can ask him questions that would force him to learn about his RØDECaster video. I want to show you how you can participate. If you're watching right now, there's 5 of you watching. If you're watching this, you can be a part of the show. Obviously, you can use the chat functionality on YouTube. I'm going to paste it again one more time and use that to ask your questions or interact with us throughout the show. You can also join us on the website. I just put the link in there. If you go to learnertolearner.com, you will find this button called Call in with Zoom. If you click on that, it's going to bring you to a registration page. In the registration page, all you need to do is just give us permission, put your name, email, and then give us permission to use your picture or your video or your voice to join the show, be on our YouTube channel, and I'll send you the link. If I don't get to send you the link immediately, and if you're watching it on YouTube, feel free to bug me on the chat because I keep an eye on the chat, but sometimes the notification of those of you who requested to join the show come in. I may not get that immediately, so I'm going to go click on registration and keep an eye on there as well. So, but feel free to remind me in there if you want to participate. And let's see who's right now watching. I know Aaron was watching earlier. Aaron says, looking forward to the meetup, but I'll be joining us shortly. So we're looking forward to seeing you then. We also have Gary also join us. Gary from Bitch Slap Grief. Hi, Gary. The shows have been great to listen to, even the almost 4 hour. thanks to our 4-hour Aaron. I'll listen to it later tonight or tomorrow morning. Have a great show. Thank you so much. Always love seeing you here. Seems like you might be going to the are you going to the eCams creator camp this year? I'm not going this year because I've taken out all my vacation time for my trip a few days after that, starting November 3rd or so, to go back to Malaysia for a month. So I'll be needing all that vacation time. Rob is also here. Rob, why aren't you here? Okay, yeah, so you are registered. Anyway, so you know what? I was just going to talk about, I know Maestro also registered, so assuming he'll be joining us tonight as well. If you have any other question broader than RØDECaster, we also have the next hour at 9 p.m. Central Time. This is 8 p.m. Central Time. 9 p.m. Central Time is when we are going to talk about audio, but a little bit broader outside of RØDECasters. So if you want to join us, you be sure to check that out as well. We will usually break the show, we'll end this show, and then we'll go into the next hour. Broke something, working on getting it set up. Very on brand. Broke something, working on getting it set back up. Okay, all right. So today, speaking of breaking something, I don't know if I broke it or it's just is broken. I'm not sure, and that's why I cannot wait for Maestro Stevens to join us, because as we were talking about last week, we were going to talk about the virtual channels on the latest, well, not latest, it's been out for a while, since 1.4.4 on the RØDECaster firmware, where you can do expanded USB 1 channels. So expanded input, I think that's what they call it. And I was going to totally do that and talk about it. And as I was testing it this weekend, I realized some things are not working. So I'm not sure why. And also, I also mess with a little bit with my what's it called? Noise gate this weekend and compression. So I'm hearing it kicking in, the gate closing and opening. I'm not sure if I'm gonna like it or not, but as I always say, I always tweak stuff. I always mess with my settings, and so it's always good to keep all your settings saved. Maybe that's what I need to talk about, keeping all your audio settings saved. It's actually it's a worth talking about and reminding everybody, especially if I don't have any questions coming in. So if you have any questions, if you are watching right now, 6 of you watching, if you're watching and if you have questions, if you have things that you want us to discuss and talk about, feel free to add that in the chat. And of course, you can always feel free to join us live. Just go to the website learnertolearner.com, and from there click on the call in with Zoom button right here. This guy right there, call in with Zoom. Click on that, register, and the registration will come into me. Once I approved you, you will be able to join the show and be a part of this program. So we're going to talk about let's talk about profile, saving profile, because it's something that all of us like to tweak, improve on, testing new things on our various different audio processing on our microphones, especially. Oh, you see that I don't know if I definitely don't like it. You hear that little cutoff. So I'm gonna go to my settings and show you how you save your profile from getting it saved to your micro SD card all the way to, oh, I forgot to tell you my name. Oh, in fact, there's a new feature that came out today on Ecamm that allows you to add today's date on it. So, one of the places you could, like in the news or something, you can put a little date on there. That'd be kind of fun. That's something new. But anyway, got distracted. So I'm going to show you how you can add or do tweaks your audio settings. Move to this screen right here. Go to your microphone by hitting this shortcut. So, on your RØDECaster, you have all these buttons. All these buttons are channel shortcuts, I call them. I don't know what they officially call. Channel settings button. I forgot what they're called. But all those buttons correspond to the channels that is up here. So all these channels corresponds to these physical channels. And of course, the key difference between a RØDECaster and a lot of other mixers out there is the fact that there are six physical channels, which is indicated by to the left side of this little thin line right here. You see to the left of it, that's all your actual physical channel. And then there is also these right here on the right of that thin fine line there, that is your virtual channel. If you go into your settings and then go into your faders, so I guess they call it faders, not technically channel, because the faders is what makes a difference. I need to remember that. So physical faders are here, and then virtual faders are on the right side of your screen here, divided by this little thin line. So in faders, you can go inside of your faders and reassign all those. So my microphone, first mic, because it makes sense to my brain, is the first channel right here. That's my first one, the main mic that's closest to me. So I always make sure that this is at the level that I need it to be. And then there is the gaming channel, which I use this for sending just audio out from my what is it called, from my from where's it from? I got distracted because Rob just joined us. Sorry, not your fault, but um, I edit this from the expanded audio, expanded input on the RØDECaster to specify directly to just all my theme songs and all that's coming through this channel. And then of course there's USB 1, 2, chat, and then the sound pad volume is controlled here, and of course some virtual channels as well over here. And so this channel corresponds to this button right here on my fader. So this fader button, or this fader, corresponds to this fader, the physical fader up here. You can see the color of the buttons the same, sort of like a pinkish magenta. So if I tap on this button, it gives me the shortcut. I'll show that to you here now. So if it goes to the shortcut, and I wonder if it changes color. I wonder if it changes. Does this color always stay the same? Or that, I think it's the same. That's a really detail that in the design of the RØDECaster software or UI. I think this corresponds to that. Let me check and see if I go to my mic 2, if that does that too. So if we go to my mic number 2. Oh, no, not here. Mic number 2 is from here. Oh, yeah. So when it's blue here. All right, cool. Anyway, so what I was going to tell you about is Rob is here, but he's not, his camera's not on and his microphone's not on yet. So you're on standby, Rob. Until you're ready, I will bring you back and say hello to you. Anyway, so you can do all the changes by clicking on the shortcut here and then go to your mic setting. And what I didn't like about my gate is, I think my noise gate is, I think is my threshold too low, or is it my range too high? I think maybe my threshold is too high. Maybe I need to lower the threshold. So that when I, like sometimes when I breathe, or when I in the middle of talking, and if I stop breathing, then I die. Oh my gosh, my iPad just rebooted. You don't need to know because I don't think I see anybody on Clubhouse joining us just yet. So let's say if you have all this set up and you tweak some of the setting, for instance, I just tweaked some of my settings there. So I'm going to lower the threshold. So when I breathe, it doesn't like cut off then come in. So maybe that's a good threshold. And I had it at higher at like -45. So now that I've lowered the threshold, which means my breathing will also turn on the microphone for me, then you won't hear that little gap. So with that set, now I feel like I'm happy with it. Now I'm going to try to save that onto my RØDECaster. So there are multiple ways that you can do that. Of course, one of them is to just use this interface right here, get out of the setting, which is this top left button here, get out of the phone. Use this interface right here, get out of the setting. Let me mute him first. I can hear, Rob, I can hear my sound coming through. So I'm going to let you do that a little bit. I'll turn your microphone back on. So now that I have this saved, you can save your mic processing setting in presets. So if I go to presets, and this is the part that I don't quite like because I've already spent some time this week and clear out some of the presets. You want to scroll, you don't want to accidentally tap something. If you accidentally tap something, it's going to select it. So now I have the latest one selected here, and then I'm going to add the newest one, which is June 24th. So I'm going to do the same thing, follow the naming scheme, tap on that, do SM7B, SM7B, and then I think I put in parentheses the level, the input level of my mic, the gain level, 60 dB. And then I will put today's date, June, maybe, what is today, 24th? 24th and 25. So I know that I have to save as of today. I'm gonna tap done. And now the preset is saved. So now I can, if I accidentally hit this podcast studio, which I think it's awful because the compression's too much, you can hear the difference now. Now at least I can go back here and select the one that I just did. There, see how it changes my, oh, look, I put the wrong format there. Okay, so now at least if you have that saved, it's going to bring your audio processing back to where it's at. Okay, let's say now I'm going to come back and show you how, if you want to bring the audio onto your Mac, bring the audio, bring the setting that you saved to the Mac, you can back up the profile, which I'll show you in a bit. Let's check in with Rob and see if he's able to speak yet. Hello, Rob. Can you?
Hey,
now much better. Yes.
Alrighty.
You got it.
Sorry
you
about
got it
that.
back.
Yeah, I had it all hooked up for OBS. I was doing some recording earlier, and then I broke the HDMI adapter on the camera while I was fiddling around.
Whoa, you did bend it. Oh my goodness.
So yeah. So
what happened?
Good thing I bought two.
So when you say you broke something, you literally broke it. It's not like change settings and mess it up. You actually physically broke something.
Yeah, when I break stuff, I break it.
But are you back on your RØDECaster OG?
Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You sound good. And of course I don't know if you have your original sound on. I think you usually have a fan on, so the Zoom probably is doing some of the noise removal, which is fine. It's a lot cleaner for people who are watching. And in fact, remember last week I was complaining, or at least bringing up the fact that the level for Charles and Nee were a little too loud compared to everybody else.
I was wondering if Charles had a compressor that he could use, or does the
here's the thing.
The RØDECaster have a compressor? Because when he moves back just the smallest amount, his volume would lower, and then when he gets right back, and it was so minuscule the amount of movement that he was from his mic.
It does have a compressor, but the thing is, he didn't change anything, so I'm not sure what the issue was. But again, I want to make sure that it is not just me that's hearing it. And I was actually listening to it on last week's the replay when I went back and played, and it sounded like distorted. So not just me perceiving it, but people, it's actually that way on the recording for sure.
I was just talking about the volume that he had because of the distance from the mic. By the way, how's my volume? Is it high enough?
Yeah, it's good. Like, it depends, if you keep moving your microphone, like where's your idea?
Well, I'm trying to get further from the camera, but not further from the mic. I won't go any further.
Maybe like tilt it down a little bit so that it points to your mouth instead of up high.
Like this.
Your microphone, like tilt it down a little. There, yeah. See, you have a yoke.
Well, the problem is that it's stretched all the way out. The arm is.
It's okay because you have a yoke. Your microphone has a yoke, so which means it allows for this movement.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right.
So you don't have to move your mic stand. So just turn the yoke more toward your mouth, and I think you should be good that way. Yeah, there you go.
Not a 5.5.
Yeah, there you go. Actually, yeah, you sounded pretty good, especially with the there's no room noise or anything. Level's good because I think Zoom is pretty good with normalizing your level as well. Like the gain, it sounds pretty good, unless you want to get into the weeds of like turning on your original sound for musicians, for letting me hear the original sound. If you don't want to mess with that, sound good.
Yeah, the less I mess with my stuff, the better.
But it's amazing how much the audio processing from YouTube is capable of doing. I mean, not YouTube, from Zoom is capable of doing. Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna go back to the second part of now that we've got our processing, the audio processing saved. In fact, there's a second method that I want to show you all. We talk about this all the time, but let's take a look at it. So this is another method is to use the RØDECaster companion app that comes that you would have to go install on Røde's website. If you go to Røde's website, it is listed under their software, I believe, apps. Under apps. So if you go to apps, and then this thing right here, that is your RØDECaster companion app. If you click on that, it will allow you to download whether you are on a Mac or a PC and install that on your computer. And then you can go back to this guy right here. This is the app. This is the RØDECaster companion app. And when you select it, it will give you the same setting as what we were doing earlier in the mic setting, which is not this one. Which was it? I think it's this one, audio setup. So in the audio setup, same thing. When you tap on the menu, if you go through this app to find the mic setup, previously on here, I just have you hit the shortcut. If you tap on the shortcut, that jumps straight into the mic setting. But on the RØDECaster app, it's not that way. So I'm going to show you how you do it. So you want to go to the audio setup here. From the main menu, go to audio setup and then go click on this little icon on the fader, on this physical fader. You're going to click on that. In fact, it doesn't say that it's physical fader. It just shows cluster the 6 together. So you assume that those 6 are your physical fader. And then click on this gear cog underneath your mic 1. That will bring you into something similar to this right here. So except it is on your software. So on here, it's easier to save your preset here. You can click on preset, scroll down because you won't accidentally bump into or accidentally selecting the other presets. Maybe another improvement is to have the latest preset goes to the top. So you don't have to scroll all the way down. Because typically, I would imagine you would probably want to access your recent preset more than you would the old one. So here's another thought. Not that it matters. I'm just sharing this with you. Not that Rode is listening to this. And so once you have, if you want to have that selected, so maybe if I want to have the same setup selected, but I want to be OCD and keep the same formatting here, I would then do a plus. And it saves under custom. And then I have to go here, double click it, and then type in on my keyboard SM7B 60 dB, and then in parentheses 62425 that way. And hit return or enter, and then that's saved. And now I can get rid of this one right here. So I can click on that little trash icon. I'll delete that. So then my preset is now saved. It's easier to name it as opposed to you all saw me struggle typing the name of the presets. Right. So with
there's
that,
another way too.
What is it?
Buy your RØDECaster from you. It comes pre-set up. So it was already set for the RE20, so I was just like, yeah.
Then you don't have to mess with it. Right. But unlike me, I like to mess with it. I like to keep tweaking until. Why did it not do the transition? Okay, see, it did the transition there. Now it does it. Why didn't
it did that?
Oh, now it didn't do it. Okay, the little, I forgot what Ecamm calls this magic move type thing. See, it did that, but earlier when I switched to this, it just cut to it. Might be something I have to report back. And then, but if I do this again, if I do this again, now, yeah, it did the transition. And then when I swap back to this, it didn't do the transition. Weird. But if I rotate, Charles has joined us. Now, see, now it does it. Sorry, making you all dizzy.
No, that's fine.
All right, Charles has joined us. Let's add him to camera B. I don't I say that because nobody cares
There's the man.
where he's on. Let's
What's up?
see. You guys, hello.
What's
Charles,
up?
are you loud again? No.
I don't know.
Well,
I'm
you
the
are
same-
loud. You are
Oh,
loud.
God, here we go again.
So, I mean,
It's the
Last
distance from the
week-
mic. It totally
well,
is.
he kept it pretty
I keep my-
consistent.
I keep my mic the same exact spot every time.
Well,
But
it's
see, when
maybe
you turn your head, it goes down.
I don't know why it is, but it shows up in last
know.
week's preview when I mean not preview, the replay. I went back and listened to it. I was like, oh wow, it's like distorted. And
It's distorted.
well, yeah, it's like it's almost it sound distorted, like you guys going the feet going out. So it could be
Huh.
I want to say it could be Ecamm, but it could be Ecamm for Zoom that's within. But why is it though? Why is it suddenly? Because it's always been good.
I don't know.
They're
The only thing I changed was moving to chat. See, I knew I shouldn't have moved to chat.
no, but because it's not just you, because Need 2 was too loud. But anyway, no, but just carry on. Because I can always apply a compressor for, because technically you don't need to have your guests change anything, but for an audio show, I make you. But if you are producing a show
Thanks,
and
Sean.
and your guests have different audio level, all you can do is you can just go to your input for your chat channel and then turn on your processing. So if you go here and turn on your processing, and then if you have a compressor set in here, if you turn this on, then at least everybody would be a little bit more equal. I don't know if I.
Oh, I gotcha.
Oh wait,
I
wait,
gotcha.
wait. That's weird.
Why
'cause
don't
I
you
think
just go ahead and do it?
I think I have a pan turned on somewhere, so you're a pan over to the right a little. Let's see. Yeah, I can see.
Can you hear me now?
No, it's not. It's not you. It's
Oh.
me.
It's not you, it's me.
Yeah. Let me pan. Oh, but wait.
Where have I heard that before?
Relationships.
Oh,
Check one, check two,
Okay,
check one, check two.
Now you're good.
check one.
But except though, when you play stereo music, I probably won't hear stereo, would I?
You should.
Oh, why did you pan your channel, Charles? Just for the
Pan my channel.
pan your
okay.
your voice left or right. See if I can hear it. I
Where's
think-
the panning?
Oh, you
again?
know what I need to be doing? I think I remember. No, hang on. Let me fix my problem first. Now you should be. Let's try this. You should now be mono no matter whether or not you pan your channels. So do you say where do you pan your
Yeah.
channel? So go to your RØDECaster your mic setting,
Uh huh.
and then in mic setting go to processing. So
Okay.
in
Oh, I
here,
see it.
and then go
Left,
to the
right.
left, right. Yeah. Now you
Alright,
can
so
pan
now
all the way
I'm
to
on
the
the
left.
right.
Oh, okay.
Now I'm on the right.
It comes to me
and
as
now I'm on the
mono
left.
because
Right.
because
I'm getting stereo.
yeah, because
Well,
you're listening
I'm
to
getting-
him.
yeah.
You're listening to him through Zoom,
Yeah.
but I'm
Oh.
listening to the feed that goes
Ah.
out to through Ecamm. So what I need to do is go in here and change my my chat channel panning. Instead of moving everything to the center, I should move the left to the left, like that. Move the right to the right. Earlier, I heard you slightly soft on the left because my left was accidentally panned to the center a little bit.
Oh.
So now,
can-
now you should be able to.
now I'm
Now
on the right.
you're on the right. Yes,
And now I'm on the left.
you can see it on the signal too on here
Yeah.
on the meter. This again geeking out
Oh.
again for no reason. well, actually, for all the reasons we're geeking out. Oh, whoa! Where's me?
Whoa.
You
You're a
got
little
put in the
box.
corner.
Where's
You're
me?
in time.
You know
John's
that's
in timeout.
that's what happens when you try to update your software right before you go live.
Yeah, I updated mine. So I'm on iOS 26 beta
Two?
version 2.
No, I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about Ecamm.
Oh, I know. I had to update Ecamm. Well, and so
Now it shows up.
I had to reinstall my virtual mic as well because I was going through cleaning out a bunch of, like unused apps, and that came up as an unused app since like 2024. I was like, oh, well, let me just get rid of that. And yeah, no, I shouldn't have got rid of it.
Okay, I just turned processing off because I can't do processing on my chat channel, because if I'm gonna troubleshoot people's audio, if I want to give you my my feedback on your audio, I need to hear it at the original sound. Hello, Aaron. Welcome back. Somehow, Gary was able to bring you back into the conversation about he said the show's great, and even listen to the almost 4-hour one.
Yes, I was here for that. I didn't want to join and then take off. But yeah, I heard that. I think that's my trail name now. 4-hour man.
Oh gosh. So okay, so this is how I get distracted. But I was in the middle of talking about how you use your RØDECaster companion app to save your audio processing settings. And so we saw that earlier, and now that it's saved, you can also bring the profile that you've saved. So let's talk about that. So I don't know if it's going to cut me off, hopefully not. So now that I've saved something on my profile, or save a preset, my preset is saved inside the profile. It's not like a separate file. I think the OG, actually, it's a separate one. There are two places, the settings on the OG, there were two places that you save things. There are two files that you save. Now, all the mic processing is now saved onto your SD card. And in order to pull those out, you would probably want to export it first. So even though we just saved that mic processing, we haven't saved it to our profile yet. It is still there. It's not saved to the SD card. In order to save it, you need to go to your profile. If you're on a RØDECaster Pro II, you can tap on your profile setting. If you are on RØDECaster Duo, those with the Duo, you'd have to tell me where to get it. I think you go into what profile is, like system, not profile. It's called, what's it called? What do they call it? User? No, shows. Where do you go to shows? Oh, show right here. I'm like as if I can't see. So show right here. Tap on show, and then tap on export. I'm gonna do it if I go offline for a bit. Wait for me. No, okay. So it's you can still hear me still, right?
Yeah.
You probably hear a little crackle, like a little click, click, click. Probably on YouTube you can't, like there.
No, can't hear
You guys don't hear it? Maybe it's just in my headphones that I'm hearing it. So now it's exporting all the presets, including all the audio sound files, and then once it is exported, now I can go. I like to do this on my shortcut. Go back again and go to your. This is a shortcut to get your SD card on your RØDECaster to mount to your computer quickly. If you look at this icon right there where it says the little micro SD card icon there, 12 plus hours, if you just tap on that, brings you into your storage. It tells you again how much storage you still have left, 174 gig remaining, but you can do eject. But what I want is to do transfer mode. If I tap on transfer mode, it's gonna put the transfer mode immediately on without even using the RØDECaster companion app. And then once you go to your Mac, oh, you can't see it. God damn it! I don't know which error it is. You see, you can't see it on the desktop. It's probably an Ecamm thing. Do you guys see it when I move it? You
it's
see
because
it.
you're hiding your
I'm hiding my
desktop.
Okay, that's why. I probably shouldn't do that because I don't have anything. Like my desktop is usually pretty clean. Let me see if I can change that. Let me go to Ecamm and go to Ecamm settings, preferences, and then go to, where is it? General. Show. Where is it at? Is it screen sharing? Maybe screen sharing, include desktop picture. No. Include desktop icons. There. Now it shows. Okay, I blame it. I blame it on other people, but it's actually me. So now you see the RØDECaster SD card mounted on your computer. You can now double click it and it opens up the file, all the stuff that's stored on the micro SD card. Double click on it. Scroll down to the bottom. That's when you'll see shows. In shows, you'll see all the various different shows that you've saved. The one that I have is called Clubhouse. Never changed it. Then you can see that this is the latest one. So in here, you will have the file that you would need, including all your sound pads from all the various different ones that you have assigned to, and also some show config. I don't know, all this are probably your mic presets and all your different settings. And then you can drag that if you want to back up. Let me do it for real, because I'll create usually I have a folder for all my RØDECaster backups. I saved that in here, RØDECaster Pro II backup. So all that is on my, so this is on my computer. You see 55 is the latest one. Now I have 58, so I will copy 56 through 58, drag those over to my Mac, and now I have those copied over. Of course, it's going to take a little bit to copy over the various different files. 1.3 gig because it has repeated audio files for my sound pads. Once it's copied, you at least don't just rely on your SD card for your shows, which includes all your mic presets. And I forgot who it was recently that had to redo. I can't remember who was it. Do you guys remember? Somebody did not save their shows, and they have to reset everything. Can't remember who it was, but so make sure you do that. And then all your shows will be saved in 2 locations on your SD card. If somebody steal your SD card, or if it's so small you press and it bounces out and you couldn't find it, you know how it is. The micro SD card, if it's like springy and it's spring out, and sometimes it'll go missing until whenever you find it's like under your carpet somewhere. Nee just joined us. Maybe it was Nee. No, Nee wouldn't do that.
What would I do?
Oh my gosh, you sound different again. You guys are so fun.
How do I sound different though?
Maybe you were just talking away from, you use a different microphone, or you were just talking away from your microphone?
I'm using a USB microphone.
Okay, see, yeah, different microphone.
Those ears.
I heard you complain about me online, so I had to change my microphone because
I mean, change to the better one though.
What do you mean change to the
There
better
you go,
one?
there you go.
I just got to
It's
pull
my
the
technique. It's
I
my
just gotta-
technique.
Yeah, I'm being like Maestro today. You know what I'm saying?
But Meister sound better. You sound so distant. What mic is that? Curious.
It's a profiler.
Sennheiser profile.
Yeah.
Let's see. Can you pull back a little? I want to see the whole thing. Okay, and it is it's a side address. It's a side address mic. So it looks
Yes.
like. Is it a condenser, or is it a, I don't know what this particular model.
Well, it is a condenser microphone, so you definitely can hear my whole room noise, everything in the background. So maybe I might have to pull the microphone.
It's not too bad.
pretty-
But did you have your original sound on or no? On Zoom.
Okay, now I got it on.
Yeah, I can hear the room.
Maybe I gotta just turn the gain up like crazy.
Then you'll hear more of the,
Speak loud and. Since
Hey, is it true? I mean, I'm just now thinking of it. And you guys, if you're watching this even on replay, let me know. Is it true that most, probably not all, but maybe all, most dynamic microphones are, no, that's not true. I was just going to say, is most dynamic mics have the, what's it called? The end address? Side address is here, right? And then what do you call this other one? The end address? Yeah. So I thought that's the case, but then I think it's not. That's not true for every mic. Is there? Can you think of a different mic that is RE20 is a dynamic, right? RE20 is an address. It's a Heil PR40. That's a PR40 is a condenser, isn't it? A condenser, but end.
Q2U is both.
What do you mean? Q2U? What do you mean Q2U is both?
No, I don't know what I'm thinking. No, I don't know. I take that back. I take that back.
Rewind.
He's gonna call a mulligan on that one.
Exactly. That's it.
Q2U is a dynamic microphone, but I think most dynamic microphones
It's
are
end address.
But then you're gonna get a mixture. With the condenser microphone, you're gonna get a mixture of it being
Okay, side or
address
okay.
or top address.
I guess that makes sense, kind of, because you probably have more room for the because the condenser mic usually have a bigger diaphragm and so you would need the room. You can have it stand up, and this is the body, and then you stand it up this way more than you would go this way. If it's end address, it's gonna have to go this way. So circuitry would be off to the side. Is it true though? Now I'm curious. If you guys are watching, I know there are more people watching on replays than they are watching live. So if you're watching on replay, name a condenser microphone that is an address, and name a dynamic microphone, or multiple microphones if you can think of a dynamic microphone that is side address. I would like to know. Is that room from Ni? I'm hearing the room. Or is that you? You mute your mic and see. Yeah, it is from you. Yeah, it is from you.
Oh.
You just need to maybe. Do you not have noise gate on, Ni? I was messing with noise gate. We do not have noise gate on. Oh, because you have a new mic, you haven't set it up. I mean, when you speak, you can turn on your mic.
No, this microphone is not new. I've had this microphone a while.
No, I mean the one that you haven't been using. Because last week you were using your SM7B.
Yes, but I kind of moved my stuff around because I was installing a
You're like
printer.
Rob. Yeah.
No, I'm not like Rob. I was installing a printer, and I'm just feeling lazy I'm kind of like rearranging everything where I put everything I had. So I don't have a noise gate on this, unless maybe I go into Zoom and change the Zoom thing. But I'll turn my microphone off.
I was messing with my noise gate this weekend, and I messed it up a little bit. But I think now I like it. I think I turned the threshold up too high, and I was hearing it cutting in and out. I'm not sure if you guys are still hearing it now because I tweaked it already. I lowered the threshold a little bit so that so I breathe. Don't be surprised. I breathe. so when I breathe, sometimes before I speak, it cuts off, or like after I speak and then I'm taking a breath, it cuts off. It go like that. You take a breath, instead of the whole breath gets picked up by the microphone because the threshold was too high. It picked up and then cut off and then re-pick it back up. So I did discover something. But okay, well, before I go on to another tangent, since 4 of you are here, is there anything you guys want to talk about? Anything specific?
There you go. So there's 3 examples of end address condenser microphones.
Okay.
End address.
Rode M3. Okay, Rode M3 condenser mic. Let's see if we can, because okay, all right. The next would be the
Rode
would be whether or not this This one, is this an instrument microphone? What is it? It's a pencil. Rode M3. Okay, obviously because of form factor. So it's a pencil, it's a smaller diaphragm condenser. Okay, then what is it? The other one you said was...
You get the RØDECaster.
Let me pull this up so I can look at it. RØDECaster. Oh yeah, that's the one that's kind of chunky. Let me just go to Røde's website. Products, microphones, and broadcast.
I don't know if it's still on their website. I found it on Sweetwater
Condenser. You found it on wait. Yeah,
Is
okay, so there's more.
B&H. B&H is where I found it, but it's called the Broadcaster.
I remember that. And that's a condenser, but end address?
It is a condenser and it's an end address.
Hey, wait,
yes.
they no longer make those?
No,
They may
that's an
not.
Old, that's an old mic.
What is in?
Oh.
What
that's
does
what
in?
the NTH the NTH series came to replace. If
Oh,
I'm pronouncing
okay.
the right microphone.
Rob, did you ask a question?
Yeah. What is in address?
End address. Okay, let me address that.
Okay. Bring it to an end.
So
There you go. I'm gonna start calling you Tom Buck.
So this is like a cylinder of a microphone, right? The whole mic. End address is you address into the end right here.
Okay.
This will be the side. Like if I speak into this, like a condenser microphone, most of the condenser microphone would be the
Gotcha.
side. So side address, end address. In fact, I was watching a guy who talks about credit cards. You know, like I love the various different deals and collecting points and all that. So I was watching a guy and his content was great. I mean, I just found him. He was using a pod mic and he was talking into his pod mic this way. And oh my gosh, his content was good, but I couldn't stand it. How many times I'm reaching to the keyboard and trying to type it, but then I was like, no, maybe I'll go to his website and see if there's an email I can reach out to him so it's not public. I might still do that, but so that I can word it
Yeah.
gently.
Is there how can you do that? That's my big problem. Is that if I want to be critical of someone, but I don't want to put it out there like I'm
I wish
bad-mouthing him.
oh, that's a fancy looking mic. What's a Mayono? So I would try to directly address to him. Like if I can email to him directly, I'll do that more than putting it out in the public or in the chat. But I couldn't find an email. So let me see if I can find a Rode broadcaster.
So just for
Like this. Sorry, this.
so just for Rob, when you see the
This one
microphone that
right
I
here.
got, this
Oh, I know what
microphone
it is now. I mean,
Okay.
it didn't click the title. I just didn't put two and two together until he told me.
So that's the end address, because you address into here, you speak into here, and
Right.
this is kind of confusing. And some people might actually speak into the side. No, end address, side address here.
Hmm?
Oh wait, end here, side here. But since this is a end address condenser microphone, you want to speak into here.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think the Blue Yeti people do that wrong. They always think it's a
Oh yeah,
an
because
end
it's
address,
a side
but
yeah.
it's a side address. Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
So when you said end address, I was sitting there thinking of the end of a speech or something. I wasn't putting two and two together.
No,
you
that's
know?
that's a very valid point, because especially for our channel, I should be more careful with that, because so that you can follow along. Okay,
Yeah.
loud.
Sometimes I miss up what it is.
Which
that
is
we're
why
talking about, you know.
why it's good to have a group of people with various different backgrounds talking about audio, because things that somebody take for granted might be things that other viewers are thinking the same thing, and if you bring that up, that'll be good.
Acronyms. I hate
But
acronyms.
yeah, I was thinking about like the president's speech, the address,
Oh
and
yeah,
the
yeah.
end of an address. I was like, well, what in the hell's that got to do with the microphone?
You know,
Yeah.
sometimes some
Oh, it's just
some-
my trail name.
some microphones are difficult to kind of look if they're side address or top address. Like this one that I got here, I think is the AKG.
Yeah. And usually it tells you in the
P2.
specs of the microphone.
Yeah,
too.
it would tell you.
You
it
can
would tell
also
you-
kind of see where the diaphragm is.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know? And this is
So-
looks like a side address, and then which side though? Sometimes you also have the issue of
So,
okay, it is a side address. Typically, it's where the logo is.
Yeah, and this also has a pull-up pattern, and also you're gonna have some side address microphones that have different kind of pull-up patterns with
Yeah.
switches on it that you got to switch to.
That's true. Actually, my condenser microphone is side address, and it can do figure 8, it can do omni, and it can do cardioid or directional. And so typically, the condenser microphone that is side address that is capable of doing multi what's it called, pickup patterns, you will typically do the cardioid is typically on where the logo is printed. That's a clue. I'm sure in most cases that's the case, but it may not always be.
Yeah, your favorite Yeti microphone
You know,
has those patterns also.
So
I still have my
it doesn't have anything to do with the venting on the side of it or anything, or the little slits on the side of the mic.
It does. I think with the shotgun microphone that you have,
Yeah,
it helps reject your background noise, so it picks up from the front.
NTG4.
Yeah, like it picks up from the front. So if you want clearer audio, but then it's still gonna pick
Hey, my
up the
friend
back.
CK is here. Hi, CK. Everyone's
Okay.
looking good. And so the fancy mics. Yeah, I know. We're talking about microphones now. So this feels like I have to thank my viewers for giving me this award. Doesn't it feel like an award?
It does.
Like to
Really
thank the
does.
Academy.
Speaking too much award speaking too much. This
Sound
is
obsessed.
This is Blue is dead. I mean, Blue has been purchased by
Mhm.
by what's that company?
Beacon?
I
No.
don't remember. But yeah, they just died.
Elgato?
not too
No,
long
not
ago.
is it Elgato? What's it? No, it's like a very. Oh no! What the guy who make the camera, like the webcam, like the most common webcam.
Oh,
What's it
Logic.
called?
Logitech.
Logitech.
Yeah.
Wow.
So Logitech, and I like this. I bought this when I worked at Apple, and I've got a discount because with the employee discount. And this is it has a stereo. I don't know connections. I don't know. Is it XLR? I'm not sure, but it's a stereo connection, and this can do multiple polar patterns. Can do figure 8. Can do omni cardioid. And something omni. Oh no, it's actually omni cardio omni. No, I don't know what this other pattern is. It's not figure 8. Let me let you all see. Maybe you can tell
All
me.
right.
You see, okay, so on the
Oh, that's where it picks up from both sides.
and then
Oh.
so the one the one that is being selected is what? Oh, it's dual cardioid. I think so. I can see. I think it has 2 heart shapes. So for people who are doing a podcast or something, that'll be. Oh, stop focusing on my face.
Yeah.
And then
You could
figure
just there.
8 would be wider. It spreads wider than, not as directional, I guess. Oh my gosh, this is like testing my arm strength. And then because it's kind of heavy, and then the omnidirectional it is a circle, and then the cardioid next to it. It's heavy. John for John forced me to buy an expensive microphone. He started he started a new podcast, my friend, and asked me if to test a few things out for him. And he has a condenser microphone, and it was picking up all the environment, and it was not good. So I suggested the Shure MV7 Plus for him. And luckily, his local store, he's in Malaysia, and his like, local audio store has one. He just went and picked up one.
Does he like it?
I like it. He better likes it too, because it's so expensive. I mean, it's expensive, especially if you're spending ringgit, which is a little bit over 4 times US dollars. So if it's $300, it's like about more than $1,200 ringgit. But it's good though. It's good though. You have to say, you have to admit, right, CK? Don't you love the sound? I think it sounds good. The thing is like just rejecting the room, because Malaysian houses tend to be built with like harder material, like concrete and walls, concrete wall and hardwood floor, concrete ceiling. So the room is very what's the word called? Very
echoey,
reverby. Yeah.
I know that's in.
But no, it's term. Very. There's like a different term. Very
reverby.
The untreated is what you call an untreated room. It's very very ringy.
Okay.
Well, think about that. It'll come to me eventually. We're wrapping up the show, but
before you go,
yes.
Oh, I made you a commercial for the show.
Oh, okay. Play.
Not really a commercial.
Is it long?
I just recorded my voice for advertising.
Okay, do it. Let's do it. That would be sorry. That would be my ending.
Is that loud enough?
A little louder, if you would.
Okay. If you two want to join the conversation,
that's distorted though.
If you too want to join the conversation here at the RØDECaster User Meetup Group, join us every Tuesday night at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. Brought to you by learner2learner.com.
Yeah, thank you. That's awesome. All right, we'll see you all next week. No, not next week if you're a RØDECaster User Meetup. Otherwise, I'll just see you on Soundcheck. Okay, bye. Same channel.